I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. Purple Park in the town of Superior is playing host to our 2015 Rocky Mountain Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Dynamic Discs. Ben Fairley and Fairley Creative Designs will aid us with the map as well as beautiful tee signs throughout the entire weekend. And a huge shout out to Vibram Disc Golf for helping get me there to provide you this coverage. We're going to catch up on round 2, where Sarah Hokom shot a 13 under and is currently leading after round 1. Enjoy all the action. We're looking forward to seeing you throughout this entire weekend here at the RMWDGC.
Oh, look at this. I know.
Yeah, up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we automatically have a gallery.
Cameraman.
Doesn't matter. Stover, did I get you?
Oh, there we go, man. There we go.
Yeah, they are. This is the biggest high five session. I feel like I'm missing.
I'm thinking about getting one of those Capri Suns. Oh,
Bam.
I think you should.
Got it.
I know.
Now's the time.
Support the troops, right?
Yes.
There were so many in between.
Paige, quite a lineup for this weekend. What do you got going on here in the bag?
Straight putter, flippy putter, stable putter, straight mid-range, over stable fairway, over stable driver. And this is in case I lose it in the one water hole.
Good thing you got a caddy.
Yep. Lots of water. It's like 95 degrees out here, so, and no shade.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And Sarah Hokom starts out with a forehand here on hole number 1.
Nice focus.
Hit it.
Val. Get in.
And Val with some great concentration as there was a distraction in the parking lot.
Me or you left?
Third to tee, Paige Pierce. Paige's shot fading left. Paige Bjerkaas, fourth to tee. And a slight turnover here. Nice shot by Ragna. And Val's birdie putt is in from just outside 20 feet. Ragna's got about the same distance. And in and out for Ragna. Slightly uphill putt for Paige Pierce, and she converts on the birdie too. Little excitement from the gallery back at Tournament Central. Paige Pierce maybe just a foot inside where Bjerkaas was. And no problems for Pierce. Our current leader, Sarah Hokom. And Hokom with the easy birdie too. Again, Sarah coming in with a hot score of 59 during the first round. She birdies the first hole here in round number 2. Sarah Hokom here on the tee. Hole 2, a relatively short hole as well. Val Jenkins looking with a standstill approach here. Again, hole 2 very short, less than 160 feet. Looks like Val's going with a turnover putter shot. And hits the same tree Hokom does. Paige Pierce with a forehand, which you don't frequently see from her. And an ace by Pierce here on hole number 2. And Pierce's caddy will be able to just simply bring the bag. As you saw earlier, Pierce not carrying more than a few discs. And clearly that was the right one for the shot. Congratulations, Paige Pierce. Ace on hole number 2. And again, the exact same tree. Excuse a little excitement in my voice. Always exciting for anyone to get an ace, and even more exciting for me as a cameraman to film it. Ragna on the tee, going with a forehand. And skipping up within 8 feet of the pin. Paige Bjerkaas with a little bit of work to do after she got a bad roll off of the tree. Clearly some excitement going on here on the second hole as it's very close to the third tee. Val Jenkins up to putt for her birdie. And just a bit short for Val. Sarah, the third person in the group that had hit the tree. And Sarah is able to convert after hitting the tree on her drive. As I said, Ragna left with less than 8 feet. Nate Doss was back on the tee. Nate, what happened back there with that last ace?
I don't know what happened, but it was awesome now.
And the colorful insight by three-time world champ Nate Doss. And Ragna's shot is continuing to turn over to the right, out of sight. I don't think that's going to finish for her. She's going to have to be looking at a long par from there. And as Val stepped onto the tee, definitely a increase in wind as she throws a turnover that may or may not have finished at the end for her. And Paige Bjerkaas, watching the previous throws, going a little bit lower. Should have a look at two from there. After a small search party, Ragna's disc was eventually found. She was in fact OB. Paige Pierce will be up to putt next. Paige looks about 35 feet away from the pin. And just a bit short. Paige Pierce looking to follow up her ace on hole number 2, possibly with a birdie here on 3. And virtually no wind out here whatsoever for that putt. Great birdie too by Paige Pierce. Val Jenkins finds herself within 20 feet of the pin for her birdie. And no problems for Val Jenkins. Sarah Hokom seems to be not putting when it's her turn. Well, we're going to see Ragna tap out here. She's going to card a bogey 4 after taking the penalty stroke. Paige Bjerkaas is going to take the 3. Sarah Hokom for birdie is just a bit short. She's going to take a par 3 as well. We're going to move over to hole number 4. Val Jenkins taking shade where she can. Is that the Disc Golf Nate? I think it is. And Paige Pierce lining up with a PA1 putter. And Val Jenkins throwing a Champion TL. Sarah Hokom with a standstill drive with her Legacy Outlaw. Next to throw, Paige Bjerkaas. And Bjerkaas with a very nice shot, coming up just a bit short. And Ragna's shot finishes left. Val from 40. And Pierce is just a bit right here from 30 feet. Big D's approach is just short. And after Bjerkaas is just a bit high on her attempt, Hokom taps in for the birdie 2. Val will take a 3. Pierce takes a 3. We have 4 threes and a birdie 2 by Sarah Hokom. Hokom going with a joker straight up the middle. And Pierce going with a putter into the cove that may be a little tight on the left-hand side. And Val Jenkins hanging it out a little wider. That is a Glow Champion rock. Many would consider that to be more than $100 disc. I think we're going to see a Villain drive here by Paige Pierce. And that is on the left-hand side. Looked to be a great shot. And Ragna throwing a Prodigy M3. And after finding herself OB, Paige is right under the pin. Approach by Ragna. Well, up and over and off the top. And Hokom's attempt is just short. Nate, we're watching the final few putts here on hole number 5. Certainly a little bit tricky. What do you think?
I don't know if it's tricky or not, but it's awesome.
Val's in for the 3. Bjerkaas for 2. Everybody
That's
else?
awesome. It is actually a very challenging hole. Probably one of the more technical holes on the course. So
Paige Pierce with a 4.
Yeah. That's not so awesome.
Let's move to hole 6.
Let's do it.
And Hokom, like Bjerkaas, finishes on the right-hand side. Jenkins is in the center of the fairway, but short. And just a bit closer with her M3 is Ragna's drive. And after cutting the bogey 4 due to the penalty stroke on the previous hole, Paige Pierce is last to throw. She'll have a putt for 2 from there. And no problems for Madison Walker from downtown. And Sally West making it look easy. Back-to-back amazing putts here on hole number 7 by these second card competitors. Hokom with a very obstructed putt from the bush on the right-hand side. She's going to be laying up for 3. Great birdie by Paige Pierce. She started out a little bit slow here the second round. That might be what it takes to get her on track. Val Jenkins has at least 30 feet for her birdie too. And just a bit short and right. Paige Pierce looking to make up for the previous bogey. And somehow that falls out. Paige certainly a little frustrated with that. Controls her emotions nicely, but reading her mind, you could tell she was definitely frustrated with that. And just a bit short for Bygde. And we have a sole birdie by Paige Pierce here on hole number 6. The rest of the group is going to be settling for par 3s. We're 1/4 of the way through this second round. Hope you're enjoying the 2015 Rocky Mountain Women's Disc Golf Championships leader card coverage, brought in part to you by Vibram Disc Golf. We've moved over here to hole number 7, which many players will be throwing a shot up and over. Parking it is Paige Pierce. There's a tight mandatory off the tee. Again, Paige with a slight nose up stall shot. Left her within 10 feet of the pin. This is Sarah Hokom throwing a sidearm. And Hokom also putting herself within 10 to 15 feet from the pin. Sarah has very much favored this course, said that there is a ton of natural sidearm shots for her out here, which is certainly something that plays into her strongest part of her game. Val Jenkins going with an up and over shot that's coming in a little bit hot and just over the top of the basket. She's within 15 feet. Ragna will be fourth to throw. Ragna with a slight turn on her stall and also within 15 feet. These ladies making it look very easy. I expect to see a similar shot from Paige Pierce. And Paige's is fading hard. However, she is safe. Just left on the attempt by Paige. Slight exhale out of Bygde and makes good on the birdie too. I expect the same of Val Jenkins here. Just a bit high, but no problems for Jenkins. There's a slight headwind from where she was putting, however, didn't feel any breeze at the time of release. Sarah Hokom very methodical in her pre-putt routine, making sure that she converts on even the shortest of putts here. And another birdie too for Hokom. She gets a little shout out from a random car driving by. And Bjerkaas with the birdie too. So we see 4 birdies here on this card, everyone except for Paige Pierce carding the 2. We're through 7 holes. Let's move on to hole 8. Hokom throws her tee shot. I had missed Paige Pierce, who had thrown very quickly. And Val happy no one was sitting on the bench there.
Good kick.
Pierce going with a forehand, which gets hung up. Val with a low ceiling here on her approach. And Ragna with a long approach, no problem. Paige with a long running jump putt, just over the top. Just off the front of the rim by Hokom. And on the right hand side, but in for the bogey 4 is Pierce. Hokom cleans up for the par 3. We'll see the same from Ragna, Val, and Bjerkaas. We are 1/3 of the way through this very warm Saturday afternoon out here in Superior, Colorado. Bjerkaas with a hyzer shot here on hole 9. Hokom with another sidearm shot. She's going to be left of the pin. Val going with a turnover AVR. Just a bit short. Ragna also throwing a turnover putter. Not sure, but Pierce may have been swearing. And Pierce goes straight up the middle with a putter. And she's on the right-hand side. And Bjerkaas just off the cage. Ragna from just short of 25 is in. Val Jenkins left with less than 20 feet. No problem for Val. Another forehand and another birdie result from Sarah Hokom. Paige had gone just a bit deep here. She's looking to get back on track. She's had a few rough holes here. And in for the birdie 2 by Pierce. So we see 4 of the 5 women carding the birdie 2s, and Bjerkaas with the par 3. Val Jenkins safe and over with no problems. During the first round, she had approximately an 80-foot throw-in on this hole for birdie 2. Unfortunately, I did not capture it, but her caddy Nate had let us know about it. Ragna going with a more of a straight line to hyzer approach at it. Paige, who also birdied the previous holes, on the tee third. Pierce throwing a mid-range here where most women are throwing drivers. And Paige Bjerkaas throwing a beautiful shot over the water here on hole 10.
Go.
Nice approach by Ragna. Oh, and again, a putt by Pierce comes out. Oh, and Bjerkaas is close, but just going to settle for a par. Just off the top for Hokom.
Who's out?
Great shot here by Val Jenkins. Right next to the pin. Ragna hanging it just a bit wide on the right-hand side. Great shot by Paige Pierce. Last to tee, Paige Bjerkaas.
Get you some. Oh.
And Paige's shot finishes left after just missing an ace. So close for Ragna. And after carrying OB, Bjerkaas saves the par. Solid putt from 25. And high and right, just a bit for Pierce. Jenkins with no problems here. She will card the sole birdie 2 here, which is somewhat surprising. Ragna puts in for 3. Both Hokom and Pierce will do the same. We're going to move across the street to one of the lengthier holes. We're out here at Purple Park in Superior, Colorado. approach shot here by Ragna. That'll work just fine. After driving with her star turn, looks like she'll have a 3 from there. And Paige is just a bit short. She has been barely off.
Hey, I'm Nate Doss, Val Jenkins caddy here at the Rocky Mountain Women's Championship. We've seen the front, now let's head to the back.